The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman on this 15th day of March. Ides of March, isn't this? Yeah, Ides of March, huh? So this is my new time, permanent time, 10 o'clock till 11 a.m. Eastern time on weekdays, and we're looking at the Dow. Well, first of all, let me just show you a couple of things for those of you who are new. Simple technique. Basically, I try to identify the lowest low bar. I grade and count each successively higher peak, alphabetized all the way from A, B, C, D, E, F, G sequentially on the way up and down. Uppercase on the way up to show that it's rising, and lowercase on the way down. And it's at that fourth highest peak, peak D, that other things can happen. What do I mean by that? Well, 2-minute chart, E-mini went to a peak D with a beautiful left side, right side cup formation. Wow, just a perfect one with the Chapman wave inside track, repellent zone. What did it do? It hit peak D, pulls back very sharply. And this happens to be in the 5-minute chart at peak E, because we went to the D and then had just a very brief, right here, pullback for 1 bar in the 5-minute, and then it continued high until it went to a peak E with the Chapman wave. This is called right there. See that little doji, that tiny little plus sign there? It's called the silent doji in the Chapman wave methodology. It's there that if you did a scan, you wouldn't see it because it wouldn't be at a top or a bottom. It would be one before in this case. And started to turn around, the MACD turn around, stochastic turn around, on-balance volume started to fail. And boom, you go from a high of 39, around about 39.50, was that 5? 56.75, and you come down to where we are right now, 39.37. All right, easy techniques, not always easy to implement, but the actual technique is good. What I'd say to subscribers to my opening call, because we are long the Dow, we've been long the Dow from March the 23rd, it's almost a year now. Started off with option calls, almost immediately went into the diamonds. We've been along the diamonds, taken a little bit off, but still long core position. And what we're looking at is bumping into resistance. Now, the big thing in the Chapman wave was that a peak E, sell mode, and then you break into a buy mode here, and this is not really an extension of that peak E in the daily chart because we didn't go break below 29.856, the low of the 29th, to restart everything. This is almost a continuation pattern. The big question for me is, are we old F or brand new A? If it's a brand new A, it means that all the way through to next week, can't be sooner than next week, we're going to be going to a leg D, at least another 3 higher peaks to come. We haven't even made a peak today. I suspect by tomorrow we will, because I was anticipating some kind of a pullback today based on this Murabosa candle. Look right here. Right here. That's a candle in the weekly chart. That's a candle that has no wick. I don't mind a tiny fractional wick, but it's basically no wick. Big green candle, sometimes big red candle. And in this case, we had it in the daily, and it turns out very unusual to have it in a weekly chart. You open at the low of the week and you close at the high. Amazing. So that invariably says to me, be careful, because you could have either a down close or a little doji candle with a down close the following session. I suspect we're going to have a down close today in the Dow, and that just says all-time high, 32,932, the only indice right now that's gone to an all-time high. That's really important. I'm just going to throw this in because sometimes I forget to do it. The IYT made an all-time high today. That's the iShares Dow Jones Transportation Average Index Fund. I mean, what a name, really. Anyway. It went to an all-time high. This is not, look, in the Chapman wave methodology, you can get to a G, but when you get to a G, you really have to assess, is this really a G based on the MACD, the moving average convergence, divergence, not breaking down, still being strong? Is it some other notation? Where is the stochastic? Where's the on-balance volume? On-balance volume says a little bit overbought. So we're up All-time high 251.70 in the IYT, trading right now 248.73, down $1.08. And I suspect this is really a leg B, and that there should be a C, a peak B with no new high, maybe tomorrow. And then you start off, and the moment you can go above 251.70, if that's the high for the next day or so, that starts your new leg C, and then you go to a leg D, based on that Chapman wave notation that I showed you earlier on. And the weekly chart is E/C. Monthly chart is spectacular B, like the what? Like the S&P. The S&P monthly is still only in leg B. That should still go to a leg C and then a leg D. Very positive for 2021. Then we'll have to assess what's going to happen after that. Meantime, back at the range, down $4.77 at 39.38. It made a high on Thursday of 39.60.27. For now, I'm still going to call this, I should be a little cautious and call it F/A. Wow, everything about it with the MACD up, stochastic at 88%, on balance volume still has room to grow. I like this. I think I'm going to call it a peak A for now. Let's see what happens after this. And that's the daily chart, of course. QQQ 1, 2, 3. There we go. NDX 100 Invesco QQQ Trust Series 316.41, up 96 cents. Not bad. This is the one index that's holding very nicely, playing catch up. And what we're looking at is, within the context of this down move, this is just a bounce. Now, I don't know if there's going to be enough strength for the rest of the week to say, while the others are taking a bit of a breather for a day or so, the NASDAQ NDX 100 is going to rally and is going to try to get to maybe the 330 area, maybe not 338.19 or 338.20 to make an all-time high, but at least have a good counter-trend rally. That's a big thing here, because you want to always see something working to alleviate and to exacerbate strength and to alleviate any other weakness in the different sectors. And let's just do this. IWM, we've got a call waiting here. We're going to go right there. The IWM is down 57 cents at 233.02. It really looks like an F and not an A. So this like an A instead of an F, and that's really positive. So look, the MACD is strong. Stochastics at 95% in the daily. Weekly is 84%. MACD is good. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm going to go to our first caller. We've got John in Philly. John, how are you?
Basil, I'm very well. Thanks for taking the call. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. My pleasure. I had a chance to go to Brooklyn, see my son and family. It was lovely being there, just very good. Haven't done that in a long time. So, yeah. How are you?
Good news there. Basil, I wanted to thank you. You've done a very helpful job to me and lots of people I know in navigating and observing the rotation of various stock groups within the U.S. stock market since, February 1st or so. So thanks on that. I have a very specific question regarding the NASDAQ 100, or the QQQs, if you will, and the New York Stock Exchange Composites. What I observe a couple of things, and then I've got this bottom line question to ask you.
So, John, we're just about to go to a break. Two things. Number one is I can do the QQQs, I can do the NDX, and I can do the composite. I do not have the New York Stock Exchange. But when we get back, we can talk about it, because it's a very important moment for all of these indices. Folks, we're on with John and Philly. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi everyone, we're back, and the Dow is just down 1, S&P is down 3. As it's just a digestive day or two that we've got here, and then I think we're going to try for higher highs. So let's go back to John. So John, I've got the QQQs here, and basically what we did is on the 16th of February at 338.90, we made a peak D. It was the second peak D. The last one, I think, was around about right there. Was that about the 13th or so of January? What was that? That was on the 8th of January. We went to 319.39, pulled back, ran up, went to a peak A, B that was really an alternate count, but in the end it turned out to give us a perfect peak D at 338.19 on the 16th. And then it had a very sharp pullback to 397. What's really important about this is you can see as we're talking, the histogram of the daily chart in the MACD has it's almost getting to a positive. The MACD's crossed quite nicely. It turned around quite nicely. Stochastic's lagging some. It's at 56%, and my concern has been that the on-balance volume is at the lows. Now, technically, you could say that's really positive, because if the on-balance is at the low, you usually make tops when the on-balance volume is getting overbought at the highs. That could give you a huge move to the upside. So I'm keeping that aside, because the weekly chart, the daily has gone to a sell mode. It's the only one of the indices that's still remaining in a sell mode. The weekly chart went twice underneath the 14-period moving average, which meant that technically I had to put a down arrow at peak E and call that a sell mode. So I think that this rotation is just so I wish I had the New York Stock Exchange. I've called TradeStation, and I've had, I know a number of people who use TradeStation have called, and they just don't, I don't know what the issue is. They just don't have it anymore. The last time I had it was NYA.X, goes back to July, I think, June. June when it was at 11,802. I can't imagine what it's at right now. It's probably up at about 14,500. I'm just guessing. I don't know. So I can't. And, I found actually what's interesting to me is I found that over the last year or so, even before they stopped putting it in, that I did not need it as much. In fact, I used to do the Wilshire 5,000, etc. the information we are getting from the rotation through the different sectors, the fact that, look, even today, the SMHs, the semiconductors, are still struggling to hold above the 14-period moving average, are lagging badly. They too are in a sell mode in the daily and the weekly. It's rare that you get this kind of divergence with the semiconductor index, which the chips are everywhere throughout the economy. And if they're having a problem with getting chips right now, that's going to be an issue. So I'm saying what we're looking at is perfect timing where the previous winners are starting to lag, but now you've got your cyclicals, you've got your caterpillars, etc. Look, caterpillars down, but it made an all-time high today. This is very different to what we've seen in a long time because the rotation has said, we're not going to stick to the old stuff that was working. We're now looking at other areas. So, all right, now let's go to your exact question. Your question is? Oh, John, I believe John hung up. So I'm sorry. John, I know you're listening. You're probably in the den listening. But the most important thing is I know that you like to do the relationship between something as broad as the New York Stock Exchange, over 2,000 stocks, and the different sectors. I have found, just at least for the moment, that I don't know what's even my CCI. What was it? Let me see if I can find it here. TR, I think it's TRCCI. Let me just see if that's the TRCCI. Yeah, they've changed some of the symbols that they had. They just don't have anymore. And I get very frustrated with that. Not only that, I get frustrated because they're starting to cut back on history so that I can't go back. And I'm so lucky to already have the history going back to 1920 in the Dow charts. I'm looking at some of the charts, and they don't go back far enough. Some software programs do. I'm not sure why TradeStation is not doing it in all the different areas. So the answer to the question is, if you're looking at the QQQ, this has a direct relationship to the overbought area of the NDX 100. It's also the comp index. They're going together. That's a broader index. The index is 100. The comp index is a couple of thousand. And what we're looking at is, because you've got your Amazon, look at this. Amazon's down today. It's had a lousy rally. It's 34.34 was the last high. 35.52 is the all-time high back in September. It isn't breaking down, but it is really struggling. Facebook, someone asked me about Facebook email. God, Facebook, can I look at Facebook? Yeah, Facebook's holding okay, but it's really not leading anymore. So this particular area that is impactful to DocuSign, to the NDX 100, is just saying they've had a spectacular move just in this particular phase that we're coming into for the last few months. And I've been saying I'm avoiding this area. I'm looking at other areas, and I believe that that's the way you have to look at the market. So, John, I hope it helps you to say that we've got laggards. It's the first time I'm looking at laggards not impacting the overall market. So with the Dow all-time high, IWM Russell 2000 close to an all-time high, S&P close to an all-time high. This is sectorization, and therefore I think you have to look at it as very positive, because it says if we can rotate through the weakest areas where some of the former weak stocks are now acting really well, that's very important. That essentially says, be careful. Don't get caught up in any particular index to say, this is the end all and be all, because the rotation says something is going to work or something doesn't work. And that's really important. So I always think of the scales of justice. You've got your weights on the left side, you've got your balance with the weights on the right side, and there's always this juggling act. It's only rarely like going into the March 23rd low of 2020, where you got an overweight on one side and then all of a sudden it had to correct itself. So that's what I'm looking at. We're in rotational mode once again, and I love that. I think it's very positive. For instance, USX, a lot of people, I got emails, I got people in the den, a lot of people asking about USX. Where should we get back? We were in it, we got out of it, and just missed getting back in it all the way through this big rally that we've just had. It's down almost 4% today, down 96 cents at 23.21. Bump to the left side, resistance at the 24.71 high that was in January at peak G. Comes all the way down to a trough D, around about the 16 area. Hovers around that, runs up to a peak D, pulls back, retests the trend line support, and boom, in the last 3 weeks, it's just gone spectacularly from the 16s to a high of 20 in the 24s. Today it's pulling back. So the question is, where should those of us who are looking to get into a United States steel, where should we get in? I'll be back in a moment. We'll talk about that. A couple of questions about that. And what was the other one that we're going to look at here? AE. Yeah, I'll look at GDZ. I haven't finished. All right. I haven't finished going through the different, a recap of all the different indexes, etc. I'll be back in a moment.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David Wright has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, everyone. It's just a couple of things that I should do, I guess, because I can see now from the numbers that we're getting a lot of listeners maybe that are not necessarily used to my show at noon, coming in at 10. And yes, I know I got quite a few emails, a couple of things going on. many people say, wow, that's great, doing the 10 to 11 o'clock show with the type of analysis that you do, just it suits us perfectly, because by the time it gets to noon, other things have happened in the market. This is great because it's the early bird special. Market's only open half an hour, and now we're into it already. So I like that thinking. I know it's not going to suit some people, but I needed to make the change, and this came at the perfect time for me. Number one. Number two is, for my opening call today, I added, as an example, a page that I have of the Traders Corner where I list all the stocks that we have and what we're looking at, etc. So just read through that. If you're new to my work, remember you got a 30-day, basically a free trial, or maybe not a free trial, but a trial where you can get your money back, and you can go to all my webinars. Just oodles and oodles of webinars and all these different techniques that I discuss. And I just wanted to do this maybe quickly, just because if you're new, you don't quite know what I do. So we have a lot of different stocks. For a little while now, I've kept most of our positions in the lower price area because I've felt very strongly if I'm able to use my technique to be able to identify stocks that have a good move to the upside, why not go with a low price stock with a really good percentage kicker that you get, and that can help a lot. Oh, talking about kicker, the kickoff show, that's Tommy O'Brien at 9 o'clock. You got to listen to that, folks, because he talks a lot about the fundamentals together with technicals, something that I don't do. I don't talk about the fundamentals very much at all. So it's just a great show to introduce you to what to look for during the day and what his perspective is. And so that'll be good. Remember, Larry's show, which is usually at 9 to 10, is now at noon. My old time is now Larry's time. So let me just do this quickly. I'll just go through some of the aspects that we are looking at. We've been long Agilent Technologies since 70.69 back a year ago, almost a year ago, April of last year. Taking TADS off on the way up. We've still got a core position. Watching it really closely, it hit 136. It's almost a double. So that's one of our positions. I'm just going to go through these because you need to know what I do. Otherwise, nobody else is going to tell you. So I may as well do that. Then we've got Bank of America. Bank of America we've had since the 31s. It's at 37.62 right now. A question came in, where would I add to the Bank of America? I'd say have a little patience. Because, yes, I think yields in a couple of days could have a little bit of a bounce. The TLT right now is trading up 69 cents. I think the yields are close to a bit of a bounce, but they seem to be headed towards higher levels. So, sorry, bonds are ready for a bounce. Yields are pulled back, but I think yields are going to go higher. So Bank of America, we've got a stock we just bought the other day. We bought two positions because I didn't want to buy the gap up without having a backup. So we've now got one position. It's done really nicely since we got in. It's more than made up for the small loss that we took in the one position. So the other position is up very nicely. Let's go to some other things. DBA, the reason why we've got DB Agricultural Fund is I really think the agricultural side is going to have a big move. It's already had a huge move now. I think it's in the digestive phase. You can see that we're in at 1377. It hit 1761, trading at 1724. I think it's in a digestive phase right now. Which one should I talk about here? So DDD, this is 3D Systems. We're in at 8.21. Back in November, it screamed up to 56.50. We've taken little bits off, still got the core position. I said that I think that this is going to chop around for a little while because it got pushed up together with other 3D stocks. This is 3D Systems, DDD, up $1.95, up 6.26% today alone. But we've had a spectacular move, and we're just having patience now. Should I have added? Yeah, I would have added, but we've got other positions. I really want to diversify for people that are coming in new to my work, to my subscription service. So that's really, from 8 to 56. I would say that's a little bit of a gain. So I don't want to go through them all, but we've had some very good ones. We've got another one that's up 6.7% right now. Another one is up 2%. We had a fantastic double on that. Then we got out of some positions, and then our core position got stopped out for a 20% gain. We've gotten back in, and now it's up about 10% since we got in. So I just want to show you we kind of where we are. we've also got, we're along the Dow and we're along the IWM. IWM is trading right now. Almost all-time high, 234.14. The high on Friday was 234.20 something. 234.15. Oh, we made a new high. We're at a new all-time high. So we've got a couple of stocks at all-time highs. That's very nice. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that, I'm always coming up with new positions. So that if you're new and you haven't got the old ones, there's always something coming up. For a long time now, maybe it's 4 months, 5, 6 months, I skipped just having 6 or 8 positions. I said, you know what? I see so many positions that we've missed because I like them, but I didn't want to get any extras. I'll go with the extras. We'll have to get rid of some stuff on my newsletter, and that's what we've done. So we've got these positions, and I'm pleased that we're doing that because we've been able to ride some pretty good waves. So let me go back now to X. U.S. Steel is trading at 151. U.S. Steel. I went to Z. Z is Zillow Group, another one that I missed out on. I was talking about it, never got in. So X is U.S. Steel trading down. Now it's down $1.07. So where would you get, if you missed the move, have a little patience. I think this is in play, but that double top in the cup formation with the left side, right side price tie match, it didn't quite make 24.71. It went to a high of 24.46 on Friday. So I would say this, if you aren't in it and you're thinking of a trade, this is, remember, 2 separate things. If you're thinking of just a quick trade, have a little patience. I would say 20, let me look at the 120-minute chart, at 22, it's at 23.01. If you can just nibble at 22.75 to 22.50, you'd probably have to have a 60-cent initial stop. You could have a bit of a bounce. If you're looking at the bigger move, then what I'm going to say to you is U.S. Steel, I believe, is in play. I would nibble on it right here at 22.97. That's not your real position. That's just your feeler position. Have patience, because if you can pick this up in the 21s with a 10% risk on that first position, no, I'm not talking about the nibble position. I'm talking about the position that says I'm starting a position because looking out, the monthly chart is really improving. It should go to a strong C, and at some point the 29 level, which is the 200-period moving average, should be hit. Then I'm saying that's where I was started. So I hope that helps you. I don't know if we're going to be doing it that way. I have to see what happens here because of the positions we have. Because if I do go into U.S. Steel, I prefer not to go in for a quick trade. I'd like to have it as a position. Therefore, I'll have to widen the stop a little bit, something I only want to do if you can get it just right. Oh, time flies in the morning, huh? So that's that one. What was the other question? What was it? ASZ? AMC trading at. Oh, nice move up. Leg E and AMC. Oh, it was AEZS. Yes, I'll talk about that in a moment. And I'll tell you what I'm looking at. Whatever it's called AMC. All right, I'll talk about it in a moment.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
So I'll get back to the AEZS that was mentioned in the den. Most importantly is that gap. If we can fill that gap, that's going to be really positive. So just keep following that. I'll try to get back to it. But a couple of questions did come in that I needed to get to. They were in priority order. So the S&P, this big trend line, the question was, could I show the E-mini? I'm still showing March. I'll have to change it. Now, something happened with my system where I was able to put in at ESH21, and I was able to get all the data. Otherwise, I only get the data, the most recent data. That's going to happen to me with the June contract, and then I'll have to go to the continuous contract. This one is the March contract, and it goes way back, and it shows this trend line. The question is, we're above the trend line. It'll be in the monthly. This is extremely bullish. Even if we were pulling back 150, 200 points in the E-mini, it's still a very strong trend. 3450 is the 14 period, way down there, and 3591 is the green 9-period exponential moving average. And look at the weekly chart. We've been bumping up against the resistance. This is a slightly higher high in last week. And then so far, slightly lower high. Where the week is young. Let's see what happens here. The MACD in the weekly chart is just kind of flat. It's okay, just flat. And stochastic's a little bit weak, 78. And that tells me that, I think that we should get some kind of a pullback soon. So I wanted to cover that. Then question, I'm upset. I really don't want to even do this because I had it on the list for my subscribers. Right there in my first paragraph of my Trader's Corner, I said, M is starting to look really good. That's Macy's. And we were down here in the 16s, and now we're at 1997. Well, I can't complain. We've had some very nice positions, but still, it is upsetting to see. So there's this rectangle formation, which is also partially a cup formation. So Hector, you're absolutely right. And what you said was, you mentioned this recently. You like Macy's. I said, yep. Macy's has had a great action recently. It's acting as does one of your screamer baby stocks. You had mentioned that, and I said absolutely. What are your thoughts on Macy's stock chart? Thanks and welcome to the morning crew, Hector. Yep, I'm enjoying this. Good, early morning. So the pattern I always look at, and for those of you interested in my Chapman Wave methodology, you can go through this. If you look at the webinars, there's so many. But this pattern here, where you start to form an Eiffel Tower straight up and then straight down, then it forms support, and all of a sudden you've got the potential for a rectangle with a lopsided, I call it the gravy cup, not a cup formation, but like a lopsided gravy cup comes sharply down and then slowly starts to rise within the rectangle formation. It's doing that perfectly. My target for Macy's over the coming few weeks is 22.30, which was the high back on the 27th of January, as things are opening up again. And this is a really positive development. Yep, and the support will be now at 1991 right this moment. I'd say support's 1820 to 1730. That's going to be the key support there. It's almost got the pattern that we've been looking at in so many charts. It's cup formation based on the rectangle formation of the rectangle moves to the right as the technicals are starting to improve and the price starts to rally, and then it accelerates towards the top. We had one of those today that I said we wanted to buy, never got a chance because it gapped up and it did exactly what we're talking about, and it has taken out its left side high on the stock that we didn't get. So that's that. Next thing is, would I look at, whoops, where did it go? I'll find it in a second. I did that. Oh, there it goes. Congratulations on the 10 a.m. lineup. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. George, who spoke about GE way back ago. This is when it was in the 6s. It ran up to the 14s. It pulled back to 12 recently. Now it's at 13, filling in the gap. Yes, I do believe General Electric is finally on its way into better territory. There's a little choppiness that we're anticipating, and that's coming about right now. But keep it on your list. This is a stock, if you're looking for the old stocks like the Microsofts that years ago had an incredible move and then just fell out of favor, it really got smashed. General Electric is one of those. I think they're starting to do the right thing. Evidently, the CEO is really turning things around. Not a very easy process and not a very quick process. G/C in the daily chart. We'll just see what happens here. But so far, General Electric is a comeback story. Another question I had was, now I think I can go to that. So what I was saying is AEZS, and I couldn't read. I'll try to again. AEZS is a Turner Zentaris Inc. Well, whatever they do, probably in the biotech, because that's one of our biotech aficionados in the den mentioned it. So it's up at 1.425. This is like a penny stock because it's got the 4 digits after the point. So it is up 0.2411. This is almost like a euro dollar currency. And it's up 20% today alone. So what I said is if it could fill the gap, made a spectacular move going from the point, I don't even know what it was, 0.35 area all the way to 3.62 on the 8th of February. That's a whopper of a move. And then it has a whopper of a move right to exactly the 200 period moving average. That's why I put these techniques in. Do I need a moving average 200 period when I'm up there? Not at all. But when I come down, it's really important. So it held. The MACD's turned around. The histogram is just about to go positive. The stochastic is running at 58%. It's okay. It's not great, but it is running and on-bound, and the on-balance volume's okay, and the relative strength has been improving. So what I said, if it could fill this gap, and the gap is from the high of the 17th of Feb, 1.56 to the low of the previous day, which is 1.80. If it fill this gap in the next 2 weeks, that is fantastic action. I think it's going to have a little problem because it's got the Chapman Wave inside, another technique you can learn if you take any of my courses that are online. If you're a subscriber, look, that's a resistance level. Where is it? It comes in at 1.58 over the next couple of days. Today's high is 1.52. So watch this closely. I think it's acting very well. It's making the cup formation within the rectangle, but it's that gap. If at any point any stock fills in the gap very slowly, steadily, and then starts to trade well above that gap, it's done with the selling. It can have little pullbacks, but it is going higher. That's my theory with gaps. Okay, so we've got that. Next thing we want to look at is XLF. The XLF is a financial S&P Select Financial Spider Fund, pulling back down 33 cents to 34.44. I do think that this is probably going to be an F, just for the short term until it breaks above it, and then I'll have an alternate count. Doji candle Friday, gaps up to a doji candle. The MACD is good, a little overbought. On balance volume is good, a little overbought. Relative strength is just okay. Oh, no, I can't say it's just okay. It's quite good. It's not great. And the on-balance volume is, this is a stochastic at 88% is good. So, yes, I think that we're in for just a little bit of a digestive phase in the XLF, but this is the place that you want to be in for the next big move to the upside. That's my interpretation of what I'm looking at. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman. And at 10:50 in the morning, I'm not used to this. My new time.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah, so in our YouTube, I've got, let's see, Stella wants to look at SJR, takeover. Oh, my goodness. Who was it? Was it from Canada? Mike from Canada? Was it Mike from Canada? I think... So looking at Shaw Communications, was it Mike or was it Mark? We were looking at this other day, and I said it's made a peak E at about 19. It looks quite good. Shaw Communications. Well, evidently, Hi, Basil. Look at SJR. Buyout. Look at this. It's up 33% at 25.52. That's nothing. It was at 28.05. So that's what? 33. It was almost 40%. Unbelievable. It's pulling back a little bit. So, yeah. So this is amazing. Good call. I can't remember who it was. Remember, I did like it. But for subscribers, I didn't even get into it. And I put in this right here as a resistance area. Correct, but wrong. Right, but wrong. Wow, congratulations, whoever has it. Next question was, could you look at U? Let's see. So, Dennis, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this. I've liked it a lot. It's in a trading band. It's up. It's at 6.28. It's up 36 cents. Up 6.08%, 629. I like it. So this is the rectangle that I was talking to. You've got to be a little bit careful here because it does have potential for a head and shoulders. But the technicals, the MACD just turned positive. Did it? Yep, it's unchanged. So it's about to turn positive. Stochastic's running from 46%. I do like this. But you've got to have, you can see, the 450 range from 690 to 450, it gets cut in half. So percentage-wise, I'd be really careful. But if you're looking out, this is in place making higher highs and higher lows. So I do like it. U is a symbol. Now, do you get in right now? That's kind of tough for me. I would prefer to see 590s. Or you could start a little position here and then add to it on any pullback. But I would definitely have 590, 40-cent stop.